Welcome to another episode of Earthling Elaborates. This is episode 19, and my name is Emily if you're new here. I go by the artist name Earthling Emily. I am primarily a painter, however, I express myself through many different mediums and ways of expression. But painting is my main one. I started this series with the intention of being able to connect with you all on a deeper level outside of social media. I wanted to open up a space to be able to be vulnerable with you guys and share updates about my personal life, my work life, art events, lessons that have come up for me, just really anything. It's an open space and it is a safe space for those who are perceptive and observant, and for any and everybody. So each video consists of me giving, any updates or just talking about anything that comes to mind. And we also do an oracle reading every single video with my beautiful mystical wisdom deck. I decided to bring out the Palo Santo today because I am feeling a bit overwhelmed. I just started my period yesterday and I had to take my cat into the vet today, and it's just been kind of a stressful day, and my hormones are, doing what they're doing, so it makes it 10 times harder to deal with stress. But nevertheless, we're here, and I'm happy to be here with you guys, and I appreciate each and every one of you that show up for these videos and share these moments with me. Your energy and your time is the most valuable thing that you have, and I just really appreciate that you feel inclined enough to share that with me, even if it's virtually. It's okay, buddy. You might be hearing my dog in the background. He's 15, and sometimes he struggles to get comfortable, and he gets upset. So it seems like right now is that time. There we go. He finally laid down. He just gets really frustrated when he can't get comfortable. But anyway, whew. The energy's been crazy. It's like, I know that we're out of the Mercury retrograde now, and we're not going to be in another one until June, but holy guacamole. It's been like one thing after the next for like the past 2 months. And it's been craziness. It's been crazy. If any of you want to leave any updates of what's been going on in your world and let me know if you've been feeling the crazy turbulence lately, then feel free to drop that in the comments, or if you'd rather message me on social media or whatever, feel free. But yeah, it's just been crazy. Things have been good though. Things have definitely been good. April has been progressively getting more and more stable and less chaotic and stressful. So I've been appreciating that and being grateful to not be in the state that I was in March. If you want kind of like a overall summary of what I was going through in March, then check out the last episode because that's the video where I went over everything. It was just very turbulent times, and I had some issues with my cat, and it was very, very stressful and not good. But yeah, he's been healing just fine. We've been healing just fine. And yeah, I can't complain. I'm grateful to be here. I'm going to start shuffling the cards, so just if you hear that, then that's what that is. As far as updates for me, I have 2 more events this month. My next event is on Saturday. It's going to be an Earth Day festival held by an organization that I have been integrated with ever since I was 15, which is really special. I'm now 23. I'm going to be 24 in August. So it's been a while that I've known these people, and they really have watched me grow from an adolescent teenager to an adult, and they have supported me the whole entire time and are giving me an opportunity to show up with my little pop-up shop at their beautiful Earth Day festivities, and I'm just so grateful that they wanted me to be there, and just grateful to be able to be a part of this. I haven't been to this festival that they throw since I was 17 or 18. And when I was there last time, I actually performed because during that time of my life, music was my biggest form of expression. So it's going to be really beautiful to be able to go back into this space, but in a completely different part of my life, and showing up with this more established, completely different craft that I've been curating for years now. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm just so grateful and excited, and it's going to be so special. I can already feel it in my heart, and just the idea of it just warms up my soul. And then the last event that I have this month is on the 30th, and that is a tribute show for 2 friends of mine who passed away in a car crash 2 years ago. We are doing another show. We did one last year as well. We're doing another one this year, and the goal is to obviously commemorate them and celebrate them, and also we are raising money to get a bench plaque with their name on it in our city, so I'm really excited for that. And I'm going to be making some very special exclusive patches and stuff for them, and then 100% of those proceeds are going to go towards the plaque, and then I'll probably do like 10% of all of my other sales of the night towards that as well. So I'm really hoping that we raise enough money. I have a good feeling that we will, with all of the amazing people that are a part of it. So I'm very excited for that. It feels really weird that it's almost been 2 years now. Yeah, that time was a crazy time. We all found out, and everybody gathered at my house for that time period, and it was just a really surreal, saddening, terrible experience. And so it's just like crazy that 2 years has gone by, and I'm just grateful that we're still all getting together to, commemorate the boys, and just show up for them in the way that they would show up for any of us. So yeah, those are the last 2 events that I have for this month, and then I have 2 events planned for May that I will announce when it gets a little closer. So if you don't follow me on social media and you want to keep up with what I'm doing, then you definitely should follow me. I have all the things. I have Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all of those things. So feel free to click the link in my bio if you do want to follow me on anything. Instagram and Facebook are what I post the most on. I post on TikTok every day, but like Instagram and Facebook are like, I guess, my favored apps that I post on. But yeah, a lot of beautiful things are coming. Festival season is about to kick back up, and I'm very excited. I have some announcements as far as that goes, but we're holding off on that for now. Let the time get a little closer, but I'm very excited for festival season. And yeah, it's just been good lately. Things have been good. I feel so much more calm and at ease after that Palo Santo. I feel kind of like in a dazed state. So sorry if I'm like coming off across as some type of way. Wow. Anyway, definitely feel very called to dive into our reading sooner than later today. I've been really excited about doing a reading. I haven't done one since I tried to film the last video, which was at least 2 weeks ago. So I'm very excited to be doing this. Also, I keep noticing my nail situation, so maybe you have. Let's just bring awareness to it. I have two nails left on right now, and that's it. So that's what we're working with. So for this reading, I would just like to set the intentions and bring awareness to the present moment and the space that we're in. And I would like to just give you a couple moments to come into your body and set your intentions for the reading. If you have any specific questions or subjects that you are seeking insight on, feel free to think of those things. You can either just think of them, you can say them out loud, you can write them down. And while you're doing that, just taking present moments to just become one with your body again and really just sit in the space, get comfortable. Maybe do some deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. That's what I like to do to be grounded. Just so that we both are present within this space and can really make sure that we're present enough to set our intentions the way that we want, so we get what we need out of this reading. So I'm just going to hold the cards up for you and give you those moments that you need to sink into this present moment and this space. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take a few drinks of my drink, take some breaths, think about my intentions, and then we will conjoin again and move forward with the reading. And if you want to follow my breaths, then you're more than welcome to. But obviously always follow your own call of what feels good for your body. But I'm just going to do a few breaths in through the nose. I'm going to hold it for around 3 seconds and then release through my mouth. Hopefully you feel more grounded and more relaxed and more at ease and within this present moment with me. I would like to now set the intentions for this collective reading. Like I said, this is a collective reading. It is just as much for you as it is for me, just as much as it is for me as it is for you. I would like to merge our intentions and just ask that this reading presents whatever information is most necessary for the collective to hear at this time. I open up to divine, to the universe, to just channel through and allow us to receive these messages the best that we can. Anything that is important during these times, anything to look out for, anything to be aware of. And if you have specific intentions that you're bringing to this reading, then feel free to think of that again at this moment, just to really let it sink in. All right, I'm going to give these cards a couple more shuffles, 3 to be exact, and then we will see what comes out. I want to thank you for being here again and holding space with me. I appreciate you, and I hope that this message finds you well. And I would just like to disclose that I am not a guru. I am not higher than you in any sort of way, spiritually speaking. You should always take what resonates and leave the rest when it comes to any sort of reading done by anybody. I simply am just a channel, and I'm just channeling through what I intuitionally am picking up through these readings. You absolutely should never feel like you have to make a reading resonate. If you check in with your body and yourself and your intuition and it says no, then that's a no. Don't force yourself to digest anybody else's interpretations. However, I do always obviously hope that these readings are useful and relatable. And if you ever, want to talk further about readings that are done on here, or you want personal readings, then feel free to reach out to me. I do offer that on Patreon, as well as just, through social media. So feel free to hit me up anytime. But anyways, let's go ahead and see what today's message is. I'm just going to start shuffling through and see what comes out for us. Oh, wow, okay. 4 cards came out right off the bat. And that's usually my max amount of cards that I will let come out. So oh wow, it's not 4, it's 5. For some reason though, I want to let it slide. Sometimes I would be like, that's too much, but today that feels good. Oh my goodness. Wow. These are like 5 of my favorite cards, honestly. These are some of my favorite cards in this whole deck, so that's really awesome. What I do for every reading, and what I'm going to do for this one as well, is I'm going to go through each card individually, and I'm going to read to you the writing for it in the book, and then we'll do an overall analysis of the reading as a whole after we've gone through each one individually. So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and start off with the first card, which is the Intuition card, which is really beautiful because we were just really talking about intuition and how important it is to, trust your own sense of intuition. Let me just use both hands really quick to find the page. Here we go. Alrighty. This card says, trust your intuition. Your intuition is an inherent gift to you. It is your infinite and divine intelligence guiding you in all ways, in your thoughts, words, dreams, and deeds. Everyone has an innate intuitive ability that needs to be put into practice when facing challenges. You may experience this as a gut feeling or even a hunch that may be very accurate indicators of the right choices for you. Practicing and exercising your intuitive abilities can strengthen these gifts, which can give you an advantage when making decisions. Developing your intuitive abilities is probably one of the most valuable things you will ever do for yourself. Intuition is a very accurate guiding force in all aspects of life and can contribute to your success and fulfillment. And the mantra for this card is, I trust my intuition to guide me in all areas of my life. I trust my intuition to guide me in all areas of my life. I love that. Love the imagery of this card. I was actually having a vision for a painting earlier, and I was envisioning a hummingbird and flowers. Wasn't necessarily envisioning these specific flowers, but the hummingbird flower combo was something that was in my head today, so I love that that happened to come out in one of these cards. So beautiful. Okay, let's move on to our next card, which is the potential card. This card says, think big for your future. Your creative and mental powers carry great potential. Your plans to expand your horizons are underway and everything is progressing steadily. Think and plan outside your limitations and remain open-minded as there are more possibilities and opportunities than you can see at this point. This could be study, a business venture, or travel. Be ready to take on challenges with the think big attitude. Empower yourself with more development and self-exploration. And the mantra is, my visions and goals take me beyond my current limitations. My visions and goals take me beyond my current limitations. This one is always such a fun one. I just love the aspect of this child looking at this beautiful, mystical thing with this sort of wonderment. I think that as we grow into our adulthood, it's really important to try as hard as we can to tap back into that childlike wonder and spirit, because having that sort of energy, especially when it comes to the way you look at your dreams and your goals and, the things that you really want in life, I think that that childhood, very down to the core aspect of yourself is one of the most, closely connected parts of that relationship with your dreams and your goals. It's just such a necessary part to pushing yourself hard enough, and outside of that kind of limitation sort of mindset that we acquire as we get older and older. And I think that that's really on par with this next card as well. Our next card is Face Your Fears. Release the power of fear. Everyone experiences fear in some way. To triumph over your fear, you need to understand it, and only then can you release its power over you. Fear has a subtle way of showing you the dark side of yourself, immobilizing you, stealing your freedom and courage. Fear can also show you that something is worth fighting for and is an opportunity to build courage and a brave heart. The magic of nature and your angels will encourage you to overcome fear of things like change, loneliness, and the unknown. You can be brave to face these challenges. And the mantra is, I have courage to overcome my fears. I have courage to overcome my fears. I love that. This is like kind of another little glimpse at like a childhood kind of self. I don't really know if this figure is supposed to be depicted as a child, but it feels like that for some reason to me. So definitely picking up on maybe a little bit of childhood. I want to say trauma, but like not at the same time. I think just like really deeply rooted fears. Fears that maybe you have had since you were a child, or fears that have been instilled in you because of things that you went through as a child. So maybe those things are something to think about. Moving into our next card. One of my favorites. The Self-Reliance card. Don't be afraid to fly solo. You have the courage and fortitude to lovingly assert yourself and your point of view. By doing so, you gain respect and support from your friends, family, and colleagues. It takes boldness and integrity to stand up for yourself and be counted, especially when no one else is supporting you. Trust yourself and value your own opinions and judgment. Flying solo is a challenge that takes courage and confidence. This is your road to freedom. Become lion-hearted and know that your best protection is your own spine. And the mantra is, if it is to be, it is up to me. And that's a quote from William Johnson. If it is to be, it is up to me. I feel like this card coming up directly after the Face Your Fears card definitely is significant. The Face Your Fear card is talking about stepping out of your limitations and knowing that sometimes fear is an opportunity to show yourself how brave you really are and how courageous you can become. And with this card then coming in and really emphasizing being courageous, being independent, being lion-hearted, walking your own path unapologetically, I feel like that's a very clear sign that it is so very important for you to be confident in whatever path you're on right now. You are there for a reason, and it's really important to be confident within that and release the fear that maybe you're off track or you're not on the right path. I think that this is kind of making it clear that you are, and you should definitely keep going. And then to finish out all of that, of course, we have the Dreams card. This card says, believe in your dreams. Believe in yourself and reach for the stars. You have the courage, patience, and compassion passion within you to make a difference. When you have a dream, only you have the responsibility to make it real. Dreams are never free. It takes time, energy, and sacrifice to create the reality and live in your dream. It also takes preparation, determination, and effort. Never compromise or surrender your dreams. Believe in yourself, believe in your dreams. And the mantra is, I believe in following my dreams. I believe in following my dreams. That really is like the icing on the cake, you know? So we started with intuition, right? We started with this push of, hey, you need to trust yourself. You have a gut feeling. You have a keen sense of intuition that is unique to you and only you and your path, and you need to follow that. You cannot waver it. You need to follow it. And then we start thinking about our future and our potential and how open and vast and beautiful it is. It says, think big for your future. There's something that you really want. There's something that you've probably wanted for a long time, and it seems unobtainable, and it seems out of reach, and it seems like this crazy, magical, mystical thing. It's time to face our fears. We're scared. We're scared of letting ourselves be everything that we want to be. We're scared of taking up all of the space, being our authentic selves, letting people know us and truly be seen and perceived. We're scared of the way that people are going to look at us and think about us when we follow our dreams and do the things we want to do and be the way we want to be. We're scared about if it doesn't work, if it doesn't turn out the way that we wanted it to or we thought that it would. There's so many fears that come with following your intuition and following the path that you truly feel that you need to take. But this is a reminder that you are so on the right track, and you're so worthy of doing that and taking up that space and becoming that person and doing that thing. And this is reminding you to not be afraid of people not understanding, of people not supporting you. The biggest and most important support system you will ever have, just like this card said, is your own spine, yourself. You need to really hone in on your sense of confidence, your sense of self-worth. You need to believe in yourself so deeply. And not just believe in yourself, but believe in your dreams as well, because these two things are interchangeable. They're intertwined, connected. The way that you hold a relationship with yourself is going to ripple into the type of relationship you have with your dreams and the things that you really want, right? So it's really important, once again, during this time, to not let fear get in the way. This is not the time for fear at all. This is the time for intuition. This is the time for going inwards and truly trusting within yourself. Because we are so capable of creating the life that we want. We're so capable of those crazy things that seem out of reach and unobtainable. They are obtainable. They're already here for you. They're already here for you. Maybe you're living that right now. Maybe it's not quite there yet. No matter what stage in your process you're in, this is a serious reminder to let go of fear right now. To not be afraid to unapologetically be yourself, because that's what's going to get you to those things that you really want. I didn't even really need to perceive or have my perception come in too much, because this was just so straightforward of a reading, you know? And I personally really resonate with it. I have personally some really deeply rooted fears and insecurities that I have been working through, but I have a lot more to work through. And maybe you're in the same spot, maybe you're not, maybe your fears are showing up in a different way. No matter what, I hope that you are trusting your intuition. I hope that you are believing in yourself and giving yourself the grace and the love and the support that you would more than likely give any other person in your life. So why not you, right? That's what I've had to tell myself sometimes, is looking at things in a perspective of, if I am the type of person who believes that anybody can do whatever they want and live their dreams, then why would that belief be limited, to not be me? I think that a lot of us maybe are the type that, are very loving and compassionate towards others, and maybe sometimes forget to hold that same standard of compassion towards ourselves. And if that is something that you struggle with, then this is a reminder to take up space and take time for yourself and value your own life and your own dreams and your own visions to the utmost. That's the number one priority. That is the number one most important thing. Because that relationship that you build with yourself, when you start trusting your intuition, believing in yourself, it sets you up to be this beautiful version of yourself that is able to give even more love and support to others than you ever were able to before, because you're building a foundation of something that is actually tangible and can actually be counted for, I hope that all makes sense. I feel like sometimes I get into this state when I'm doing these readings where I'm just kind of I'm blabbing. I'm channeling through the blabbing, and I just hope that I make at least, a little bit of sense, that you're able to pick up on what I'm putting down. But yeah, I don't think that I have any further elaboration for this reading. I think it was very straightforward and obviously meant to be that way. I mean, all 5 of those cards came out at the exact same time. It was not messing around. It was not, oh, I'll give you a card right now and then shuffle a little bit more and you'll get another one. No, this whole message was coming out all at once, presenting itself. And it does feel like that's the type of energy that this reading is bringing as well. It's just very blunt, very take it or leave it. Here it is. So yeah. I truly hope that this has found you well. If you do relate in any way, or you have any comments about this video and this reading, then always feel free to drop a comment or message me. Thank you for being here again. I probably say that a lot, but I really mean it. And I just am so excited to come back for the next episode, which is going to be episode 20, which is crazy. Super stoked about that. And yeah, I have all the links in my bio of my channel for my online shop, my social medias, my Patreon, all of the good stuff you can find linked in my bio. So go check it out if you have not and you're interested. And with that being said, I hope that you all have a lovely rest of your week and rest of your month. And I will be seeing you the first week of May for another episode of Earthling Elaborates. Bye, you guys.